And I'm like trying to place my order, and the girl's like, "You're a singer in band," and I'm like, "Yeah." And she gave me 2 apple pies, bizplatna. So I took a selfie with her, and I signed Sofietki in a little napkin. I wrote my name on it, and I just left. And I'm like, I just took a picture with a fucking lady at McDonald's who gave me 2 apple pies. Like, I know what Sylvester Stallone feels like now, you know. And I just imagine one day she'll tell her children, you know that picture of Jesus right beside it, that gold frame with the Sofietki? Yeah, that's that guy. Dreams really do come true. So you guys have new police. That's awesome, man. That's really awesome, because all the times when I first came to Ukraine, I was always like, where the fuck's the police? And the old police were crazy, man. They were really crazy, because as an American, we have like law. Like, the cops will hit you for no reason. You're like, I just sneezed, you know? And but the old police, you just pay them money and they let you go. And with driving, I used to drive for 8 years on an American driver's license, right? And I can't tell you how crazy that is, to get pulled over with an American driver's license. And when my friends would ask, they'd be like, man, is it really as crazy as you say driving in Ukraine? And I'm like, look, dude, you could drive on the wrong side of the road with a goat tied to the car and a baby riding the goat, and all 3 of you are fucking drunk. And for $20, you get a fucking police escort home. And they were like, are you serious, man? And I'm like, yeah, dude. And I really felt that way, man, for a long time. So it's really awesome for me to see the changes. Like, that's cool. I'm really, really happy with that. You know, this Victory Square, like, I still have problems with driving in Ukraine because people are crazy with the way they drive. It's like, I can fit there, and it's like, whee! It's like, that's a park. That's taxi drivers, by the way. But I always imagine, you know, that Victory Square right there, and there's like a road this way, a circle, and then some guy comes in the middle, and then I always imagine when that road was designed, like how the planning, and it's just my idea, but I think they took a monkey, right, and they gave it narcotics, and they put it in a room, and they smacked it with a stick, and they put a flow master in his hand, and the monkey's like, ah! And they were like, build it! The monkey has spoken. At least that's what it seems like to me. I used to drive so crazy, man. I had a motorcycle the first year I was in Ukraine, and I was driving a motorcycle with a beer in my hand, right? Hold on, let me say that again. Driving with a beer in my hand. The cop's like, "Что это?" And I'm like, "Это мусор, я убираю." And the dude just like, he didn't know what to say. He's just like, well, and walked away from me. But I would get pulled over, and I made up my mind pretty early on that I was not going to bribe. I was not going to give money. No matter how long it took, no matter what office they took me to, I was not going to give money. And I get pulled over one night, and I'm by myself, and the cop comes up, and I have my American driver's license. And I have 3 names, right? Like, I have a first name, a middle name, and a surname. And then the street that I lived on was John. So I don't know why, but the guy thought my name was John Street. And he was like, isn't it John? So, you know, and he's like, talking to me. And I give him this license, and I look at him and I go, did you know that each star you see in the night sky is a light source capable of maintaining a gravitational force? Inside that gravitational force, an atmosphere could form, and then single-celled organisms could make life inside of this. And the dude's like, yeah, Chisliva. And like, threw my license back, and I'm like, yeah! And I did that every single time, man, every single time. And one of the things that always bothered me in Ukraine is like, the light turns green, right? And not just, you know, green, it's like, starts to flash, and it's like, ah! You know, it's like, fuck, man, like, God, I just blinked. My eyes went like that, my foot, I don't know. So in America, when anybody blinks at me, I'll stop the car and I'll get out and I'll just go like this. And I'll point in the sky and then get back in the car, and every single time the guy behind me is like, try it. It's fucking awesome. So let's talk about politics, American politics, don't get crazy. American politics are like a fucking circus, man. They really are. We got the presidential election. Let's see. After living in Ukraine for 8 years, I went back and I had lost American politics. Like, I didn't watch it, I didn't pay attention. And I'm like, who the fuck's the black guy in the White House? They're like, that's Obama, he's the president. I'm like, that's cool. So we've got this election, right? Anybody heard of Donald Trump? Okay, it's like 9 people. So Donald Trump, George Bush's crazy-ass brother, and Hillary Clinton. You know, George Bush, his brother's running for president, and he's not doing well. Like, nobody will vote for this guy because his brother was an evil idiot. I mean, there's just no other way to put that. Like, George Bush, there was times when you watched him, you were like, I feel really bad for this guy, because he's like, oh, the children and fish, and you're like, man, somebody fucking help him. You know? And then there's other times when it's like, what about the Taliban, George? And he's like, we're gonna hunt him, we're gonna kill him, we're gonna kill him. And I'm like, Jesus, who's this evil motherfucker? It was like 2 different people, and they were both sad and crazy at the same time. Donald Trump is a badass dude, man. I could imagine Donald Trump, like, anybody seen his face? He's like this. He makes this, imagine that dude at a United Nations meeting, right? You know, he's like, fuck you. Is that Putin? Fuck you. Hey, China. Yeah, suck it. You know, I could imagine that guy being like the worst diplomat that there ever was, trying to fire people at the UN. You ever talk to somebody and they say something so stupid that you just go like this? That's Donald Trump all the time. Man, just imagine like United Nations, like Chinese premiers, like, we don't hack computers. He'd be like, that's fucking bullshit. Like, he would lose his mind. And that's not diplomatic, because you have to play that diplomatic card. Hillary Clinton. Anybody like Hillary Clinton?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Sad part about Hillary Clinton is I don't think she'll be president. You know why? Women. I said it. Women are jealous. Women are jealous of other women. Like Hillary Clinton, they'll be like, how can she be president with that hairstyle? Who's gonna be president wearing those pants? But yeah, women are like that, man, you know? Like, I thought that bitch was never gonna leave. So, Bill Clinton was my all-time favorite American president. Bill Clinton was a cool motherfucker, man. Bill Clinton was so smooth and so on point. When Bill Clinton was in the White House, there was no war, we had a good economy. The worst thing that happened in the United States was a blowjob in the White House. And if it takes a blowjob in the White House to have a good economy and no war, then I nominate myself for president. But you know where Bill fucked up, man? Bill fucked up because he tried to hide it. He went on national television and was like, I did not have sex with that woman. And he's like looking in the camera, and you believe him because like, I did not. You know, you're like, fuck yeah, Bill, tell him. And then they're like, Bill, we got pictures, and it looks like a bottle of mayonnaise blew up on the dress. And he's like, God damn it. So, yeah, but Bill Clinton was a bad dude, man. He was cool. I love that guy. If he's the first man or the first husband, I'm in. So another big development in the United States is gay marriage. You guys are all like, woo! There's just one guy in the back. Yeah! Next year. You know? But really, dude, let them get married, man. Why should straight people be the only ones to suffer? I mean, if they want to be unhappy and fucking get divorced, I say let them do it, you know? And, you know, really, if you think about it, man, being gay is kind of cool, minus the butt sex. Because you're hanging with your best friend, you guys like trucks, you guys like sports, you can hang out, you're like, wow, we're best friends. If you take the butt sex out of being gay, it's fucking cool. That's my political platform. Anybody here ever cried watching a cartoon? And I don't mean cry a little bit, I mean break down like, I didn't know the princess could find the prince, you know? Okay, I guess it's just me. But, you know, people say you don't need to drink to have fun, right? You don't need running shoes to run, but you still wear the motherfuckers. It's a true statement. Let's see, the difference between Ukraine and the United States is Ukrainians will drink for any reason. Baby's birthday, it's like, no, what are we for the baby? I'm like, I'm fucking wasted, man. How old is this baby? This has actually happened to me, man. And I remember like going in and people are drinking and I'm like, cheers to the holiday. And they're like, no holiday, it's Tuesday. I'm like, Jesus. And it's one of the only times that I've ever seen, like in America, you don't see people drink in the morning. Like never, like nobody drinks in the morning. Here you get on the metro and like somebody's fucking cheersing you, and I'm like, well, shit, I missed out. Bad part about drinking in the morning is when you drink in the morning, nothing else is gonna happen. It's a fucking, the day is done. So being back in Ukraine, I've been downtown, I've been checking out the churches. I love the churches here. And this is a joke that I just came up with this week. One of my dear friends told me that she was kicked out of a church for not covering her arms. Hold on, let me say that again. Kicked out of a church for not covering up your arms. Now, I'm a Christian, I understand, like Jesus, we all want to be like at the top of the rules. But there's some strange rules, man, and like, who's gonna kick you out of a church for not covering your arms? I bet the person that made this rule was someone with very ugly arms and was like, don't let anyone in the church with ugly arms, yeah! And then somebody was like, yeah! Because I couldn't imagine Jesus like, fucking Jesus was a cool dude, man, he hung with raw people. I couldn't imagine Jesus like this. You, get out, cover your head! You got ugly arms, gotta go. Yeah, politics and religion, those are like the ones you shouldn't talk about, and those are my favorite subjects. Man, anybody here on Facebook? Yeah, that's a fucking mess, isn't it? Facebook has destroyed high school reunions, or like school reunions, right? Because in the old days, you would go back and you would meet your old classmates, and you'd be like, damn, he got fat. You'd be like, shit, what happened to you? Be like, Jesus. And now you're like, well, you really haven't changed since your last profile update on Tuesday. You kind of look the same. It's good to see you too. I'll like your pictures. Facebook in America, everybody's always asking for prayer requests in America.